Hey everybody, your pal Donnie Dow here. Today I'm on Evansville's east side in the Country Trace neighborhood. Isn't this pretty? Look, they've done such a great job. I really like what they've done with that house. Just cute, with the red door and the red chairs. So this neighborhood was developed in the mid-'80s. It was platted out in 1986. It was owned by Jack and Norma Davis, and they formed a corporation. And the homes, though, were built by Tony Clements, and so prolific builder, especially in the 80s and 90s. While he had this development going on, he had another development called Summit Place, which is by the Target off of Burkhart. It's the PUD that's back there. So anyway, one really neat thing about this particular subdivision was it was open to any builder, and you don't see that every day. There are a lot of subdivisions where the builder controls who builds there and what they build, etc. In this van, great. Sorry. Anyway, so this one was unique in that regard because they would allow different builders to come in. That said, I think the majority of these are Tony Clements. It's 86. Construction, home loans, the economy had all been stagnant for a while. So interest rates were high, but they were coming down. You could get an adjustable rate as low as 7%. And FHA was expanding a little bit, so they were helping more home buyers in. So what Tony Clements did was he said, look, I'll do anything. Brick, stone, vinyl, aluminum, 2-story, 1-story, Cape Cod, ranch, doesn't matter. What you can afford and what you want is what I'll build for you. And so people came out here. This, wasn't really that developed. Burkhart Road was not much in 86. Certainly didn't have all the commercial development that we have today. And so this really seemed kind of out in the country. That's why it's called Country Trace. But it still had, convenience to the city. So the lots at that time were about $9,000. Today, these lots, if there were an empty one, would go for about $25,000, or at least they're assessed in the 20s. So, there's been appreciation on just the land, let alone the homes. I mean, when these were new, you could buy it about $49,000, and you're not getting in here for under $115,000 or so now. So, kind of gives you an idea of the appreciation of the area. Another thing too, you may have noticed that these homes don't seem too close together, but it's interesting. There are 123 homes in this little neighborhood. It's just astounding to me how much can be fit in 1 acre of land. So, and I think this was about 30 or 35 acres or whatever whenever they started. So it's really cool. You'll notice a lot of these do look very similar. It was a way to keep costs down and to keep construction flowing by offering just a few less choices, or fewer choices, I guess I should say. It streamlined the whole process. But again, he was also a custom builder, so he'd be glad to build whatever he wanted out here. Market's doing great. Stuff selling pretty quickly. So it's still a great time to buy. It's a great time to sell. One other thing back to the financing in the 80s, people were just excited if they got under 10% for a mortgage interest rate. I mean, we're in the 4s now. It's really, like, not even just talking about the time of year or anything else. As far as financing goes, this is a really great time to get in. If you're thinking about buying a house and you're wanting to wait, I'd say lock in now at these low rates. You can buy more house. You're paying less in interest, so that's more in your equity pocket, so to speak. So it really is a time to consider it. I mean, if it were me, I'd probably get started right now. I wouldn't wait until spring. But at any rate, that's me and my opinion, of course. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you know anyone in southern Indiana that needs help with real estate, have them contact me. Once they deal with Donnie, they'll discover the difference is Donnie. Thanks. See ya.